You're listening to Humans in Tech. Our podcast explores today's most transformative technology and the trends of tomorrow, bringing together the brightest minds in and outside of our industry. We unpack what's new in physical access, identity verification, cybersecurity, and IoT ecosystems. We reach beyond the physical world, discuss our digital transformation as a species, and dive into the emerging phygital experience. Join us on our journey as we discover just how connected the future will be and how we will fit into that picture. Your host is Lee Dow, VP of Global Marketing at Identiv.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm joined by Lukasz Bulawski, Head of Product at collectID. So glad to connect with you, Lukasz.
Thank you for having me today, Lee.
Absolutely. Today, we're talking about anti-counterfeiting technology. According to OECD data, 2022 worldwide annual sales of counterfeit goods is expected to total a staggering $4.2 trillion. Fear of fake products really undermines consumer confidence in brands. It makes it really difficult to sell items on a secondary market. And collectID really solves for this problem by combining blockchain with the Identiv NFC technologies and providing a complete product authentication ecosystem. So, Lukasz, can you tell us how the collectID ecosystem works?
Sure. collectID solves the problems you described, exactly as you said, by combining blockchain and the IoT to provide what we call a secure product authentication ecosystem. The way it works is that products get equipped with secure NFC tags supplied by Identiv, which provide a unique message that changes with each interaction, which effectively makes it impossible to duplicate the tag. This creates a dynamically encrypted and unique identity for each product. This identity is then tokenized, assigned to its owner, and stored immutably on the blockchain. And thanks to the immutability of the blockchain, our ecosystem is a truly tamper-proof solution that removes the financial incentives and scalability of selling counterfeit products. Once product is equipped with our tag, users can check the authenticity with a simple tap of their smartphone and then register the ownership of a product via our mobile app. Products then appear in users' personal blockchain-backed wallets where they can build their own collections. This makes also aspects like theft prevention and insurance processing cost efficient and easy. On the other hand, brands can also place their messages directly on the product and increase customer engagement by extending the shopping experience. Additionally, for the first time in the history, brands can also earn money from the secondary trading, as our system enables for a share of the profits to be split between the users trading the products and the brand itself. Brands also receive detailed data and analytics about the resale markets and their customers. So like in other words and in summary, brands can turn their products into a communication and sales channel, all while guaranteeing the authenticity of the product.
I love the marketing data and analytics. As a marketer myself, we're always trying to get better insight into the customer experience, what they're interested in, and giving them, a more authentic brand experience. Identiv recently expanded the partnership to enable product authentication, verification, and a connected consumer experience to collectible football, aka soccer, jerseys via embeddable NFC life of garment tags. One use case is Atletico Mineiro. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what makes it so unique?
Atletico Mineiro, the current Brazilian football champion, created a one-of-a-kind fan engagement with collectID and Identiv technology. The club equipped their 113th anniversary jersey with our tags. And while the new jersey was internationally recognized as the most significant sports-related release in 2021 in Latin America, there were 120,000 jerseys and they were sold in the matter of days. Because of our technology, every jersey became a truly unique and is safe against any form of counterfeiting. And fans receive not only a physical product, but also a digital version as an NFT directly onto their smartphone. In addition, Atletico Mineiro can communicate directly with fans via the jersey and provide them with additional content, such as match highlights or visuals. For the purchases of the jersey, that means that the jersey becomes even more valuable as its uniqueness and authenticity are immutably guaranteed. So Atletico Mineiro even calls it, they don't even call it a digital jersey, they call it a living jersey, because the NFC technology allows them to always add a new feature, new content, new coupons in the special areas. So the jersey that fan received in 2021 will be actually a different jersey in 2022 when you look from combined physical and digital experience.
That's really interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that it was, continuously updating the content and the experience. These particular embedded NFC tags feature the highest security level based on NXP NTAG 424 DNA chips. The design of that really makes it easy for integration into jerseys and other clothing, and it can really withstand a rigorous wash and dry cycle. So obviously they're great for anti-counterfeiting and verifying proof of ownership. They really provide that personalized experience that you were talking about with each interaction, and really draws the brand and the consumer much closer through each of those unique digital experiences. Are you seeing that more brands are lining up to build that type of authentication and experience ecosystem?
Definitely, yes. So we've been always strong at sports, but after the success of the Atletico Mineiro project, there has been a number of additional clubs and organizations from different sport industries that got even more interested in our technology. In football, we have just launched projects with a few Bundesliga clubs. They are especially interested in using our technology for communication with fans and to turn the physical jersey into a digital living jersey, just as Atletico did. We are currently also in discussions with a few larger names in the football industries, which are interested in doing just the same. But this is not only fan communication, not only marketing. There are actually physical use cases for that. We are just testing a solution with one German football club where the owner of the jersey will be able to connect their season pass with the jersey. So just by walking through the entry gate to the stadium, they will be able to enter it without the need to scan any additional ticket. Just recently, we have also started working with our first client from NHL, Nashville Predators, on the launch of the limited edition jersey that marks the retirement of their goalie, Pekarini. Their e-jersey also contains our tag, allowing fans to register the ownership, with key highlight being to unlock exclusive content from Pekka's career and get further updates from the franchise later on. In addition to that, the history of the jersey, including a video of Pekarini's number retirement ceremony, is stored immutably on the blockchain, making the jersey even more unique. But it's not only sports. We work with sneakers producers, fashion brands, and together with Identif, we are currently working on the new solution for wine producers.
So at Identif, we're definitely seeing the demand for IoT-connected consumables and collectibles. They're continuously increasing, especially in product authentication and the personalized customer and consumer engagement. What new markets are you seeing open up in 2022? And where do you really see the most growth?
So as for the new markets that are still in the opening up phase, I think there are definitely watches and wine. In both of these markets, there are a lot of fakes and a lot to business to win from providing authenticity for consumers and for providing a stronger protection to brands. Both markets are also rather traditional. That means that on one hand, there is even more work required to build a suitable technology solution. But on the other hand, there is a lot to win for both collectID and Identif. As for my growth predictions, I would say it's still sports and fashion. Here, especially the popularity of Metaverse will play a significant role. Imagine that you buy a jersey of your favorite sports club or a pair of limited edition sneaker. You scan the Identif provided tag on the product. This launches a collectID experience. You register the ownership by adding a product to your collectID collection, and that enables you to wear it digitally in any metaverse you like, be it the one from Facebook, be it the one that Google will definitely build, or anything else. There's basically no limit to possibilities here.
So when you're talking about the metaverse, when you talk about the metaverse and that convergence of having the physical, tangible jersey or whatever that item might be. Let's say maybe it's a Chanel bag or something like that. You've bought that bag, and now what you're saying is that you'll be able to blend that over into your digital presence in the metaverse, and also have that bag in the metaverse.
That's exactly what I mean. And we are not even starting today. Actually, together, Identif and collectID, we've started it over 3 years ago. So we actually work in the NFT business before anybody was talking about the NFTs. As every product equipped with collectID tag and then registered on the collectID platform is effectively also an NFT. So we are trying to look past the hype. The hype will wear on when it's only about the digital aspects, but I think there is a really a business into merging the two worlds, where buying something physical will allow you to wear it on also digitally, and this go also other way around. There are some projects already on the market where after buying and then burning the NFT, you can exchange it for a physical product, but there's still no link. By using our technology, the Identif tags and collectID system, we can then ensure that once a customer gets this physical version of their digital product, there is still a link between the two. And let's say that a physical item gets resold, so then a new owner can claim the ownership of the token in the metaverses.
I could talk to you all day about NFTs. I find this space really fascinating, and mostly because I love when you see a technology that's sort of been a little bit in the shadows, and a niche group of people that are really, invested in that early adoption, and now it's really starting to become more prevalent in, our day-to-day society and for consumers. I just think it's really, really fascinating. Identif and collectID have really been working together for a few years now. How do you envision our technologies evolving over the next 5 or even the next decade?
I would say that we will definitely be working together on further in-product integration of our technologies. So currently we equip products with secure tag. Let's say we put our newest tag, the wine tag, on the bottle of wine. It is a very good solution, but I can imagine something even better. In principle, there is nothing preventing us from working directly, for example, in this case, with the bottle producer, to integrate the security component even more into the product at the moment when it is produced. This will especially be important when in a couple of years, our authenticity solution will not only be something special, but actually will be a part of every product from every trustworthy brand. It will be critical that all of this, and I think especially hardware, is seamlessly integrated into any kind of product. So there is still a lot of work ahead of us into bringing the hardware so that it fits any kind of the product that anybody wants to bring into collectID ecosystem.
So the wine one, that wine use case is really interesting to me. I didn't know until I started researching what collectID does and how it works that wine counterfeiting is such a huge problem.
It's a major problem, and it's also a little bit different than other problems of counterfeiting. So if you buy, let's say, a football jersey of Manchester United, you most likely know if you're buying a fake because it costs a fraction of the price. It has poorer quality, and there are also a number of people that would willingly take this action. However, with wine is different. There is a huge percentage of counterfeit wine, and it's not necessarily even a situation that the person selling a bottle of wine to the end consumer is aware that the bottle that they are selling is fake. And because wine market is very fragmented, to this day, there is no good solution to this, even setting the technology aside. So we are now currently launching a new project with a new wine tag that we've developed together with Identif to work directly with the wine producers on one side to enable them to protect their brands, to connect to the consumers, but also to allow them for, I would say, a direct connection to the consumer, because historically, somebody would produce a wine, but then they would sell it to the retailers, and the retailers would deliver it to the end consumer. And at the end, the producer would not know who is drinking and enjoying the wine. So we are imagining the world where there is really a direct connection, which on one hand benefits the producer, or they have more data and they can market their products better to the end consumers, but also benefits the end consumers, because I can imagine that in a few years, I will have my digital wine cellar in our app. And when my wine aged properly, I will get a direct message from a producer telling me, by the way, Lukasz, you should drink this wine within the next year, and this is a good kind of cheese that you can enjoy it with.
Well, you are definitely championing the phygital world. Any closing thoughts on how humans can continue to fit into our technology-centric and more hyper-connected world?
So I think that we humans fit very well in any kind of work, and we will continue to do so. But it is mine, yours, and our colleagues' job to make sure that the technology fits well into the human-centric worlds. That really topics like authenticity, customer engagement, they are seamless, and people don't even know they are using any technology for that. And I think we are very good at this, so the future is bright.
Thank you again for taking the time today, Lukasz. I really appreciated you calling in and sharing your thoughts on this connected world.
Thank you very much, Lee. I enjoyed very much. Thank you.
Smart, simple, single-use technology can put valuable time back in the hands of healthcare workers and around the world. Identiv's capacitive fill-level sensing tags are the first passive NFC-enabled sensing solution to monitor fill levels. Simply attach the tag to any cartridge, bottle, or liquid-filled container to sense the fill level. No external sensors or special equipment required. The tags can also sense if syringes or auto-injectors have been properly administered, empowering clinical trials, patient compliance, and telemedicine applications. Learn more at identiv.com. Physical security, identity verification, the IoT. The hyperconnectivity of our lives will only grow more pervasive. As technology becomes more automated and experiences more augmented, it's up to us to preserve our humanity and use new tools and trends for good. The only question is, are we up for the challenge?